What's good, boys? Welcome back. Today, I want to talk about the body game and how it changed my life and how it will change your life and everyone around you, right? A lot of times, when we get inside the gym for the first time, it's because we want to improve ourselves, right? We want to start looking better, start feeling better, start having more energy, more vitality, maybe attracting that woman that we want. But what you need to understand is that past a certain point, once you're pretty happy with how you look, it doesn't just affect you, right? It affects everyone around you. It affects your family. It affects your friends. It affects your girlfriend. It affects even the people that you think may not be watching you. They're watching you, and they take notes on everything that you're doing, right? Like when I started off my journey, it was because I wanted to get more respect, right? I was a skinny guy. I was skinny fat my entire life, right? So I was around 125 pounds, but I had no abs. So I was just like skinny with like fat on my stomach, right? On my abs. And now I'm 165 pounds, lean, ripped. I got a lot of muscle mass, but it all started with respect for me because when I was skinny fat, I just wasn't getting the respect from my peers in school, from women that I wanted, right? And I would always had the mentality of like improving myself and like pushing other people in my life to be better. But every time I would try to push somebody in my life to be better, they wouldn't take me serious. And it was all because I didn't look the part, right? I was telling other people, yo, you should eat like this. You should train like this. Yo, you should cut off your bad habits. Yo, go to the gym instead of smoking, right? Let's go train instead of hitting the club, right? And nobody really took that serious because I didn't even look the part. I wasn't even like I was still skipping the gym to go smoke. I was still, skipping the gym to go to the parties, to go to the club, right? You feel me? And so you can't expect other people to take you serious if you don't even look like you take yourself serious, right? But the number one way to actually look like you take yourself serious is just by getting in the shape that you want to be in. You feel me? So, like, that's a clear sign. When you see someone who's not in shape, when you see someone who's overweight, when you see someone who just like looks like they hate their life, that's a clear sign that that person doesn't respect themselves. So how are you going to demand respect from other people as a man if you don't even respect yourself? If you still have vices, if you still escape your reality with the vices, with the partying, right? With the skipping workouts, right? With the sleeping in, you can't demand respect from others until you look like you respect yourself. And I remember there would be plenty of times when I was just starting on my fitness journey, and I would tell guys, like I would tell my boys, like, yo, let's go to the gym. I was like the first one out of my friend group that really wanted to take the gym serious. And so, I had this vision of myself being in the best shape of my life, but no one around me like saw that vision. That vision was inside my head, right? But I seen it not just from myself, I seen it from my entire friend group, right? I wanted all of us to be better. And so I would call my boys out, like, yo, let's go hit the gym. Like, yo, let's start eating healthier. Like, yo, let's stop drinking. Like, yo, let's stop smoking. But they never took it serious, right? Every time I would say, let's go to the gym, they would be like, nah, we actually just went out. Like, we're gonna go hit up this party. We're gonna go eat some food, some bullshit food, right? We're gonna go chase some girls. And I would get discouraged because I would have like this decision in front of me. Do I separate myself from my friend group in order to, like, do I sacrifice spending time with my friends and potentially lose them in order to better myself, get myself to that shape that I know I can be in, to improve my mind, to improve my life, to improve my situation? Or do I sacrifice my goals just to stick around with these guys, right? Just to keep going out with them, just to still have friends, right? And I made the decision to better myself, right? It was not an easy decision by any means necessary. It was a hard decision. But what you need to understand is that it's a necessary one, right? At first, you must be selfish, right? Self improvement at one point needs to be selfish, right? But it can't stay selfish. Now, what do I mean by that? What do you mean by that, Max? What do you mean self improvement is selfish, but it can't always be selfish? Well, in the beginning, no one is going to believe in you. Nobody, right? Nobody. You might have one person that says they believe in you, but then eventually they're going to stop believing in you too. And and so you have to make those selfish decisions. You have to, when you're going out with your family, when you're going out with your friends, you have to be the one to maybe bring your scale to the restaurant, maybe order something different than everybody else. Everybody's eating cake. You might have to not do it, right? Everyone's taking shots. They're like, yo, take a shot. You're always taking shots with us. And then all of a sudden you stop. You're going to be looked at as selfish, but that's what you must do. That's what you must do to save everybody. You feel me? Because once you actually establish that level of discipline within yourself, right? Once you actually become the man that you were destined to be, the man that's in shape, the man that can attract any woman that he wants, the man that carries himself with respect and demands respect from others, right? Without even saying a word. That's when everybody notices, right? Because in the beginning, you say no to the shots, you say no to the bullshit food, and they're like, who does he think he is, right? But then you keep saying no, and then they take note. They're like, oh damn, like maybe he's serious, but like nah, he's not really serious. But over time, they're watching you. They're watching you from the sidelines, right? Every time you post that Instagram story of you at the gym, while they just came home from clubbing, 5 a.m. You're already up, right? 5 a.m. They're just coming home from the fucking club after smoking and drinking and chasing girls. They just ate some bullshit food. They just ate from the taco truck at midnight. But you're waking up at 5, you're doing your morning routine, you're eating your healthy breakfast. You think people don't notice that? They notice that, bro. And, I learned this because people would tell me like, yo, I've been watching you for years, bro. I've seen like your entire come up. I've seen from when you went from skinny fat to like this jacked version of you now. I've seen when you were like staying up all night, partying, smoking, drinking, and now you're waking up at 5:30 every single morning doing push-ups. Like that inspires me. And they would tell me this, and that's when every time they tell me this, it's like it reinforces the fact that my self-improvement isn't about just me anymore. It's about everyone around me, right? Let me tell you guys a little story. So during quarantine time, I was pretty down bad. That was probably the most down bad version of myself that I was. I had this other business that I was doing. I was running a clothing brand, and I was taking stimulants just to stay up all night. I was pulling all-nighters damn near every single day, right? Taking the stimulants, smoking the weed, the wax pen, doing the vape just to like be able to focus and make these designs for my brand, right? And I started to neglect my fitness. I started even sacrificing the gym to work on this brand. I started just like being on my desk all day and just like making designs and like working on the business, right? But it put me in this position where like I lost all of the little progress that I already made, and my mental health was just fucked up, right? I wasn't attracting any woman. I was looking like I was homeless, right? And I just had zero self-respect. Now, there were people around me. Now, people around me were affected by the quarantine too. All of my friends, my closest friends, they started smoking way more, right? Even the guys in my friend group who didn't really smoke like that, they started smoking way more. They started eating bullshit food, right? My own family, my mom, she gained like 30 pounds during quarantine time, right? Everybody was just stressed out. There were family deaths going on. Rest in peace to my grandmother. Rest in peace to my cousins, like people in my family that died. And that had a big effect on my family. That had a big effect on my friends. I had friends who were losing people left and right, and it's normal sometimes, like when you're not a disciplined person, to run and escape. To escape as soon as life gets hard, you escape with the vices, you escape by binge eating, right, to make yourself feel better, but then it puts you in a deeper hole than you already were in, right? And that's what happened to everyone around me. But then at that point, I said enough is enough. I said enough is enough, and I just went all in. I quit weed, right? I quit going out. I quit the vape. I quit the drinking. I quit the partying. And I got into the best shape of my life. I went all in on the gym. And over time, I got into the best shape of my life. And everybody around me saw that because I was documenting every step of the process on my Instagram every single day, posting my workouts, posting different motivational thoughts I had. And everyone around me saw that. All the people that like see me as this person who was down bad, they just saw what I became. And guess what? My mom, she lost all that weight she gained, she lost it all, right? My brother, he started working out more, right? My friends, they started quitting the weed, right? They started quitting their vices. And it wasn't because I told them to, it was because they seen what I've done for myself. And they seen that if I can do it and I come from the same place as them, I'm in the same circumstances, then they can too. That's the difference. So that's what I mean when I say self-improvement must be selfish at first, but it can't always be about you because at a certain point, once you get to that point where, you're already in great shape, you already got your mind right, you're already this disciplined person, well, now you're doing this for everyone around you. It's not about you just anymore, right? It's about your family because your family is looking up to you. They may never tell you this, right? They may never tell you this, but guess what, bro? One day they'll tell you this. One day they'll be like, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I really look up to you, right? You might be the youngest in your family, right? You're gonna have older uncles, older cousins tell you this shit, right? People making more money than you, people in like higher positions in life, but really they're actually lower. They're lower in their aspect of personal development because now you're more disciplined than them. They're still escaping with the drinking. They're still escaping with the smoking, right? They're still not hitting the gym. They're still eating unhealthy. Then they look up to you, and that's what I'm saying. They might not tell you. A lot of people have these high egos, but once you change their life and you change their mindset so much, they come out. It's like they come out and they tell you. You feel me? And that's one of the best feelings you can have because you know that not only did you change your own life, bro, but you changed the life of everyone around you. You changed the life of your best friends. You changed the life of all the people that you grew up with that they were stuck in this like fucking matrix, eating the McDonald's, right? Eating the deli food, smoking, drinking, because that's what's normal where you come from, right? Nobody's in your family's in shape. Nobody in your family wakes up at 5 and does push-ups in the morning, right? Nobody like has a morning routine, a night routine. Nobody like really watches what they eat. Nobody does that. But you were the first one and you showed them what's possible. But it starts with you, bro. Chosen ones aren't chosen. They choose themselves, right? If you want to be chosen, you must choose yourself first. You must decide that you're going to be the first person in your family lineage, to get in the best shape of your life, to quit the vices, to say no to all of the generational curses that you've had. You got to be the first one in your friend group to be willing to lose all of your friends just to show them what's possible, right? Just to show them that you can quit the vices, that you can escape from the normal habits, that the habits that are deemed normal by your neighborhood, by the place that you come from. You understand? That's the most rewarding feeling. It's not about getting yourself in shape. It's not about improving your own mind. It's not about attracting the woman that you want, right? All of that comes with self-improvement, and all of that feels good at the moment, right? But those are just your first wins. You understand? Those are just your first wins. Like, that's why, like, if you ever see some of the most successful people in the world are not successful because they amounted a whole bunch of money. They, got in great shape. they have a bunch of status, they can attract any woman they want. But what makes them truly successful is when they give back, right? They come to the place they came from, the community, they give back to the community. They give them, they give out food, right? They inspire the youth. They take care of the people around them. They buy their parents a house. They buy their brother a house. They buy their sister a house, right? They bring up all of the people they came up with, right? All your friends that you grew up with, all your day ones. Don't you want better for them? Well, if you want better for them, you must be willing to lose them if you have to. Lose them if you have to. If you really lose them, bro, if they really don't fuck with you, even after, you showed them what's possible, well then, maybe they weren't meant to be in your life in the first place. But even then, they're still watching, right? They're still watching. They're still watching. They're still taking notes, and you're still inspiring them. So if you truly care about the people in your life, like you say you do, if you truly care about your kids, if you truly care about your family, your parents, your brother, your sister, your friends, your day ones, your girlfriend, whoever, right? Whoever that you care about in your life, you must be willing to choose yourself and say that you are going to differentiate, wow, I can't speak, differentiate yourself from the pack and do something that they've never seen before just to set the fucking example, just to show them what's possible. But it starts with you, right? If you can't even do it for yourself, do it for the people around you, right? But you can't be willing, you can't expect other people to listen to you, other people to respect your opinion, other people to even listen to what you have to say on a matter like this until you set the example, until you show them the proof. You could watch all the motivational videos you want, bro. You could spit all that stuff back. Like, you could watch the Andrew Tate videos, right? You hear what he says, and then you repeat it back to your friends. I used to do that shit, right? I would repeat it back to my family, my friends, like, repeat all the motivational stuff I heard, which is cool. At first, it trains your own mindset, but you can't expect them to take you serious when you show them this shit, right? It's like a fat person showing his fat friends videos about eating healthy. They're not gonna listen to you, bro, because you're fat. Like, oh, you're showing me these videos about eating healthy, how I should be dieting, how I should be training, but you're out of shape. Make it make sense, right? Oh, you're showing me these videos about like how quitting weed is good and how you should stop partying, but then every weekend when we call you out, you still go party, you still go roll up, you're still calling us out to go smoke. Make it make sense. That's the difference, because right now, like, even though you see the vision in your mind, you're being a hypocrite. You're being a hypocrite. I was a hypocrite, right? You can't just like say these meaningless nothings. And I know it means something to you because you already have that fire, that fuel within you to change. You feel it, but nobody around you feels it. Nobody around you feels it, bro. So don't get frustrated at them because it's all on you. It's all your fault. But the fact that you have this fire within you, that means that you recognize your potential and you must act on it. If you don't act on it, bro, you're going to be doing a disservice to everyone around you, to your family, to your friends, to everybody. Because the universe, God, whatever you believe in, they don't instill this fire within into everybody, right? Only a few people have this fire within them. And even fewer people actually act on it. There's people who have, they see their potential, they feel it, they feel like they could get out of this loop, but they never act on it. And so their dreams, their goals die right with them, right in that graveyard. All of their dreams are gone too. You understand? And that shit, that gets deep. That gets deep, bro. So if you feel this fire within you, if you know that you can separate yourself from the pack in order to uplift everyone around you, well then you must do it. It is your duty as a man. You're being called to that right now. And this video is your sign. You understand? So make this the last motivational video that you need to watch and start taking action. Stop expecting other people to listen to you, other people to follow in your footsteps. If you can't even lead yourself, right? You won't be able to lead your family. You won't be able to lead your kids. Your kids won't listen to what you have to say. They won't respect you like that. They'll know you're a provider, but they're not really gonna take your advice. They're not gonna take your life advice if you're not really doing shit with your life, right? Your girl, she's gonna disrespect you. She's gonna disrespect you because you're not even leading yourself. Simple as that. You're making her the leader. She's the one going to the gym. Bro, if your girl goes to the gym and you don't, that is a relationship waiting to fail. You are waiting to get heartbroken, right? Set your clock to it. Set your clock to it. Because you are gonna get heartbroken. She's either gonna cheat on you or leave you, or you're just gonna be in this bad relationship. You might have kids with her, and she's just gonna use you for whatever she's using you for. Because you can't allow the woman in your life to be more disciplined than you. How are you gonna do that? You're the man. You must be a leader. But you can't lead if she's waking up earlier than you. She's making a healthy breakfast and then going to the gym. She's going on a little run. She's going on her morning walks. But you sleep in, you wake up, you order in from Uber Eats, right? You turn on the TV just because it's the weekend. How do you expect to be able to lead her when you're not even leading yourself, right? And then she's gonna meet some guy from the gym who's more disciplined than her that can inspire her to do better. Because at the end of the day, guys, we all want to surround ourselves with people that inspire us to do better. We don't like to hang out with people that only make us like want to do worse, right? It doesn't make sense. Sure, some people they hang out around other people just because it makes them comfortable, right? They see like, oh, yeah, I'm making 50K a year, but all my friends are making like only 35. So I guess I'm good. Some people are really NPCs. But if you made it this far to this video, you're not an NPC, bro. You have it within you. You have it within you to be the elite man. But you must act. You can't let your girl outwork you. You can't let your friends outwork you. You can't let the people around you outwork you, bro. You have to set the example, right? But it all starts with you. It all starts with you. And if you are a man that wants to get his shit together, you want to get in the best shape of your life, you want to attract the woman that you want, you want to set the fucking example for your family and your friends, you want to be the one to quit your vices, you want to be the one to improve your looks, improve your presentation, be the man that can walk in any room and he can command respect without saying a word. And if you would like my help with this, just shoot me a DM on Instagram or click that link in the description to book a one-on-one call with me to see if you're a good fit for my coaching program. But bro, I truly hope that this is the last motivational video you have to watch and that you get your shit together and you start setting the example for your family. I'll see you boys in the next one. Stay dangerous.